The time is upon us. Exercise PAGETS Peril is now on. So I'm out on the ground at the minute, ground dumping all of the support gear for Exercise PAGETS Peril, and camera stuff, and a few little sort of paperwork that I need, score sheets and things like that. Exercise PAGETS Peril is something that I've designed so Paget can exercise his primitive and his traditional bushcraft and survival skills. He's literally only turning up at Northern Limits HQ tomorrow with nothing but the clothes on his back, and that is it. He does not know what's going on. He does not know what's in store for him. All he knows is that he's going to be given some kit and he has to survive for 2.5 days. I've created lots of challenges that he is going to have to perform, and then what then's going to happen is he will then do these. I will then score him. He is working for food and water, and now the place I'm at the minute doesn't have a water source, so I'm going to be ground dumping water and he has to essentially earn it. I will give him the minimum allotted amount of 2 litres of water a day, just purely because of that's what we need on a daily basis. But if he wants more, then he will then have to work for it. And the same with food as well. I will give him the minimum amount of food on a daily basis if the scores that he get are quite minimal. But the more points he gets for the challenges I've got him, the more food he'll get. So we're right at the beginning of October now, and I'll be dropping him off out on the ground at the start point, and then he's then going to have to man track me into the location, but he has to find his kit first. I'll give him some clues. He will then find his pack frame with all the gear in it. He will then come and follow my track into the allotted area that I've set him, and then I'll then give him the next set of instructions from there. I will be here, however, just as a caveat, I will be only here to do filming, and that is it. I will be leaving on the night time. He will then go into a lone style sort of filming where he'll be doing it himself, and I'll then come back on a daily basis to check his work and then give him his food depending on what I've scored him. I will then return home, and then I'll then come back on the third day to do a bit more camera work on the Wednesday afternoon, and then score him, give him his food, and then we'll then close down, and then I'll take him back to Northern Limits HQ, and that's the exercise done, and then I'll go. So without further ado, let's get back to the workshop and I'll do a full breakdown of the kit that he's got that he's going to be using over the exercise. This contains the tarp that I've made from scratch. So it's an oilskin tarp that I've made, and I literally got a sheet and then sewn everything on it with the machine and then treated it. Okay, and this is what he's going to be staying in for the next few days. And he will be transporting on this pack frame that I've made just with canvas straps. It's made out of hazel. And then I've just got some green string just to tighten everything together as well. And then what I've also done is just put these toggles on to secure everything in. So starting with this, then it's just a canvas pouch, and then it's just a mixing bowl, and then you'll then have a 1.2 litre kettle pointed billy can, and this is for boiling water and such. That's all going to be situated in this pouch that I've made myself. Okay, this is oilcloth. I've then his form of light is going to be these 2 candles, and then you'll then have a cooking grill as well. Underneath this that you can see is a schmag, okay, and that's what something else that he's going to be given. A pair of leather gloves, and then a wax canvas foraging bag. So the cordage that he's getting is this jute twine and then the cotton string as well. And on top of that, he's then next to it is the 1 litre stainless steel bottle for water container. And underneath here, what you can see, you'll be able to see it better once it's packed up, is the canvas bag that I've wax treated to put everything into it. He's also then got a 22-inch saw blade, okay, and that's so he can make a buck saw, and this is going to be one of his challenges. And then he's then got the Sumi, the Norwegian knife pack, so he's got that as a chopper to process, and then that for the sort of carving and the more fine work, and then this is just the sheath amongst it. What he's also got part of the challenges, I've got a load of feathers for him because he's going to have to make some arrows and atlatl darts. So underneath here, with everything resting on top of it, what this is the Northern Limits Bushcraft and Survival oilskin prep mat, and then you've got his fire kit just here. Now he's got a bit of fat wood, okay, get some shavings, okay, to make some mire dust. He's also got a cattail head as well, okay, these are really good for flash tinder. He's then got a charring tin, however he's got a singular piece of char cloth just here. Next is more cotton, okay, which he then needs to char himself. And then inside, he's got 2 pieces of Daldania concentrica, otherwise known as King Alfred's cakes or coal fungus, a piece of amadou, and then he's then got a flint striker, which also doubles up as a bearing block as well. Here what he's got is I've mixed some pine resin, or rosin, which I've bought in myself admittedly, and then some beeswax pellets as well, which I bought in to mix up with some charcoal from his fire. To the pouch for the sit map. This is the pouch for the sit mat, and then what he's then got is this piece of antler, which I put an arrowhead in, and this is for his flint knapping, because he's going to have to make some arrowheads, an auger, chisel, and then some nails, because he's going to have to make an awl as well. Now let's go to Padge and see what kit he's actually going to be bringing with him. Over to you, Padge.
I'm going to be doing a 3-day survival challenge tomorrow morning. It's in the evening at the moment, and I've just laid out all my kit just behind me, as you can see on the sofa. And within these 3 days, I'm going to be putting all my survival skills to the test. I'm going out into the wilderness with no food, no water, no kit, just the clothes that I'm going to be wearing. Here is my Fjellraven jacket. It's been waxed to keep the rain off. Here we have my wool beanie, gloves and socks, and my underwear is just underneath. I'm a big fan of wool because it keeps you warm even when it gets wet. A wool jumper, a base layer, and I have my Montane Terra pants. And finally, I have my Vivo boots. So there we have it. All my kit that I'm going to be using for the 3-day survival challenge. No equipment, just clothes. No food, no water, no nothing. Just the clothes you see behind me.
So that's what you've got. We're going to be releasing daily episodes of each day as it goes on throughout the challenge, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Stay on the ground.